Good morning. Today is April the 14th. Today we're going to be talking about strategy 7. We kind of did a section on Friday about comparing fractions, and we did that in one book. So now we're going to do this in our other book that I do love, this Score Boost. So let me read over this real quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because, like I said, we did go over this on Friday, but I just want to kind of give you a different look at it because I know this is one of the issues that several of y'all do have while taking your tape test. So let's look at this. So it says to compare decimals, align the numbers on the decimal points. As with whole numbers, compare from the greatest place, moving right if needed. The following symbols are used to compare the numbers. So we know we have the greater than, less than, and equal to sign at the top. So first example reads, which symbol completes this statement? And so let's kind of compare as we go through this. It has 3.654 and then we have 3.702. So first off, it's telling us to align the decimals on the decimal point. So it gives us our numbers. And so this is what it's talking about when it's talking about aligning. So that way we can simply look and see. So at first it says the decimal have the same number of places. Then it says compare the greatest place, which is the 3. So we know here we got the 2 3s. And then it says compare the next greatest place, which is the 6 and the 7. And so it shows us here that the 3's are equal, but then it says the 6 is less than the 7. So that's where we come up with our answers. So 3.654 is less than 3.702. Alright, so let's look at example 2. Okay, so let's look at example 2. So this asks us which symbol completes the statement. We have 4.37 and then we have 3.34. So it asks you to align the decimals. So let's look at these decimals aligned. And then we come up with 4.37 on top of 4.364. So if you look at the decimals, they have the same whole number. And the decimals place does not tell whether one number is greater than the other number. You must go from left to right and compare the value. So we look at compare from the greatest place value with which one was 4 equals 4. Here, 4 equals 4. And then it tells us to compare the next greatest place, which is the tens. And then we both have 3, so 3 is going to equal 3. And then it tells us to go to the next number. So it says compare the next greatest number, which is the hundredths. And so we have 7 is going to be greater than 6. So right here our answer is 4.37 is greater than 4.364. Okay, so let's go to our guided practice. Alright, so number 1 in our guided practice, it tells us to compare the statement 36.208 and then we have 36.08. And then it says I need to align the numbers on the decimal. So let's write it out. Let's do that. So let's look at it right here. We'll go 36.08. And then we're going to put that over 36.28. And so next it says, so we have the same whole numbers and the place value, which are the same value of the tenths place. So right here, we know our 36 are the same. And then we can go over to our tenths place. Our 2's are the same. But then when we come over to the hundredths place, we have a 0 and an 8. So right here we're going to know that 0 is less than 8. So we know our answer is going to be 36.08 is going to be less than 36.28. So let's look over here and look at number 2. It says which decimal is less than 2.1. So right here it tells us to think. I need to compare each number to 2.1. I can add 0 to the end of the numbers without changing its value. So let's do exactly what it says to do. So we'll write out 2.1 and we'll look at A. So we'll go 2.14. So we know by looking at A that that is not going to be it, because we can, our 2's are the same, our 1's are the same, but then when we add the 0, this is not. So we know it is not A. So let's look at B. So we got 2.10, and then we have 2.102. So we compare, we know the 2's are the same, the 1's are the same, the 0's are the same, but then we have a 2 in the thousandths place, so we know it is not B. So let's look at C. So let's write out C. I'm going to write it over here, 0.10 with 2.098. So we know when we compare with 2's are the same, the 1 is actually going to be greater than. So then we know that 2.098 is less than. Okay, so let's go over and look at some of our other problems that we're going to be working. So here we're looking at 3 through 6. None of these are any problems that you have not done, but I wanted to look at where it talks about here are tips, or test tips. I love looking at our test bit. So it says when comparing two decimals, write the number 1 above the other and align the decimal points. This lets you easily compare each place value. And that is a great suggestion. That is just what we did. We wrote them on top of each other and then we compared. So I love these. This is one of my favorite Olympic gold winners is Usain Bolt. So I hope y'all enjoy reading a little bit about him and his history he makes. And let's look at our next problems that we're going to be working. So here you only have 2 problems, but really you have 2 problems with A, B, and a C. And I don't believe y'all have any trouble with any of these. These are nothing that we have not worked before. There again, if you have any questions, you can always email me or send me an instant message. And then of course, I want to make sure that I never leave off without making sure that you have my email address. It's math1@jgcc@gmail.com. And then also your Google worksheet that you'll be completing is in Google Classroom. The code is 2MK74E3. Of course, if you have any questions and you don't want to reach out to me, or even if you do want to reach out to me and want to do a little extra work to make sure that we have the understanding, you can always go into Tape Academy. Your username is your first name. Number 1, password is happy. And then also iExcel is a great tool, iExcel.com. Your username is your first name 1, and it is at Job Corps. Your password is going to be Joyful1. I miss each and every one of you. I'm looking forward to whenever we can go back into the classroom. As always, you can email me, send me an instant messenger on Facebook. I hope you all are not having any issues in anything and are easily can work these problems out. Have a great day. Make sure you wash your hands for 20 seconds. Do your social distancing. I hope everyone is well. And miss y'all so much. Have a great day.